In the summer of 2016, 5 college students set out on a journey in search of a hidden treasure. Michael Garcia, Brendan Costco, Chad Manassa, Marshall Moyle, and Justin Janicki. Before we begin our journey, let's see how it all started. Many have spent summers exploring the vastness and beauty of the Rockies, but few have buried a lifetime's worth of treasure there. From a very young age, Forrest Fenn was an avid explorer. His family spent many summers camping all around the western United States. Following a decorated career in the United States Air Force, Fenn returned to New Mexico and opened up what would become one of the most renowned art galleries in the western United States. In 1988, Fenn was diagnosed with advanced kidney cancer. Rather than slowly die from the cancer, he made plans to pack up a treasure chest of his most prized possessions and set out on a final one-way journey into the Rockies. He planned to pass away gripping his life's fortune, leaving only a cryptic poem to guide thrill-seeking treasure hunters. In a rare turn of events, Fenn ended up beating the cancer, and in 2010, he released his memoir, The Thrill of the Chase. It was in this book that he published a poem with 9 clues that, if followed correctly, will take you to the treasure. The poem reads, "As I have gone alone in there, and with my treasures bold, I can keep my secret where, and hint of riches new and old. Begin it where warm waters halt, and take it in the canyon down. Not far, but too far to walk, put in below the home of Brown. From there it's no place for the meek, the end is ever drawing nigh. There'll be no paddle up your creek, just heavy loads and water high. If you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down your quest to cease, but tarry scant with marvel gaze, just take the chest and go in peace."
I was immediately captivated by it and woke up the next morning and was like, guys, I want to go search for this treasure. I think we should go do it. Let's pack up the truck and, let's head out there. Let's make a documentary about it. So I think going there is a positive. A few meetings early on to talk about, what we wanted to accomplish. Potential hiding place for the treasure, maybe. And then here's a map to get there. Taking the car to the shop. It says brake light came on. Cruise control's busted. And we had to get the whole camping supplies. We had a whole big Google Doc of what we need. First aid kit, trauma pack, some lanterns, collapsible bowl, headlamp, compass, paracord. Unboxed the tent. It was an awesome tent. Woo! All right. We're heading out. Pack the truck up. Got the tent, gas can, stuff in there. This baby's full. There's the truck. Got more stuff back there. It's really hot outside. It's really hot, but you can see. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be a good trip. Hope so. All right.
See ya.
On the road. Got the gear packed. Slam packed in the middle of nowhere. Costco's driving. Open road. On the way to Atlanta. Let's go! What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
Doing well, doing very well. Got the cargo.
Oh yeah.
What's up, Bob? How are you?
How y'all doing?
Good. Doing well, bud.
Trying to find somewhere to camp tonight. I'm on a road trip with a couple of my buddies going from east to west, and we were hoping to make it to Tupelo to camp there tonight, but it doesn't look like we're gonna make it. Is it possible that we could camp at Whippoorwill? I could not understand a word she was saying. I'm serious, like it was. Dude, I mean, it sounded like it was open and stuff.
Did she say if there was a fee or anything?
I couldn't even tell what you said. Dude, I really wish I could have heard what that lady was saying.
Yeah, kind of would have been.
Because I hope that we don't get there and she's like, I told you guys that blah blah blah.
That's gonna really suck.
Yeah, that with our luck that's gonna happen.
Why is the gate closed?
Yeah.
Well, just arrived to campsite number 1. Not really sure what's going on. Looks a tad bit sketchy.
Here, let's give him a call. Yeah, we should definitely call.
You got a pretty sunset back there. Look at that.
We just got here to this little campground and some lady came over and basically was being sketchy, asking us what we were doing, even though we called an hour ago. And we called the number that it says on the office window and no one answered. And it kind of looked like she might have been packing heat. I don't know.
I think she was definitely scared. I'm scared. Chad, what do you...
So now we're just waiting for
I
her
am
to
terrified.
come. We may or may not get shot in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just send this video to your loved one.
It's all good. We're all good. We'll make it through the night.
I hope so.
Good morning. It's very cold out.
Morning. We made it to Mississippi.
Tupelo.
Beautiful morning inside the tent.
Good morning, Mississippi. So today, we're about to leave to go pick up Michael Garcia at the Memphis airport. And then we got about a 10.5-hour drive to Amarillo, Texas. And that'll be our next stop for the day.
Chad about to sleep in the back.
Chad lasted about 20. There he is. The fourth and final passenger for our ride to Amarillo. How was the flight, buddy?
Real easy. It was
Say
good.
hello.
What's up? I'm Michael. About to find some treasure.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, that's me. The guy who really needs a haircut. One of the main goals of the trip was to disconnect with technology and reconnect with the natural world. On the ride to Texas, we decided to navigate by old-fashioned maps, just like the good old days.
Map shopping. Look at the back.
Canada.
Did we pass Forest City? Yeah, we passed Forest City already.
What area?
After a couple of close calls, we eventually got the hang of it.
Did we get to Little Rock yet?
I don't know. Let's see what sign this is up here. Oh, Little Rock, 14 miles.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So, yeah, we're right outside of Little Rock. We are about 10 miles outside of Little Rock, right here, and we gotta go through the rest of Arkansas along I-40, all the way through Oklahoma. We'll pass through Oklahoma City. Keep taking 40 all the way to Amarillo, and then we'll go a little bit south to Caprock Canyon. So, don't know the ETA, but
Travel with a map,
we'll
baby.
be there eventually.
We put our time to good use and got to work on the clues in the poem.
Will be worth the cold. Not too far, but too far to walk. So it could have something to do with traversing water somehow, because the water will probably be cold no matter what.
Because the warm water
Yeah, the warm
into
waters
it are
have
gonna halt.
halted. Yeah, so it's gonna be cold water. It's gonna be near some cold water. Alone in there and with my treasures, bold.
I think that's him killing, like,
Is he talking about his treasures are bold, or he's being bold?
with my treasures. And my treasures bold. I think it's him being bold.
Yeah, him being bold.
And like having the courage to do this. Do you think someone has found it already?
I thought about that.
I'm sure that would have been news or something. He would have said
But
I
they
feel like
might
he
not have
said-
revealed it though.
So I think it's somewhere where it's getting splashed by water, but not like.
He could have also been worried about rain and like melting
But
snows.
if it's an alcove,
Yeah, no, that I agree with that.
We had plenty of theories on where we thought the treasure was hidden.
There's a cabin in Yellowstone that is like a ranger's cabin, but it used to be the home of like a famous Yellowstone ranger. His last name is Brown.
That's a guy for real.
Hot springs are right above it, and then there's a creek that runs down from the ranger station that runs down, and then that's
So
where
that's like when you descend into the canyon.
yeah.
Well, we're finally here in Caprock Canyon State Park. It's 10:20.
Hey Costco,
What?
Cubs just won 4-3.
Alright. We've driven a total of like
12.
13 hours today.
We drove 8 hours yesterday.
Yep.
Putting in 21 hours. All good
Only
though.
more to go.
We'll be in the mountains soon.
Yep.
It'll be worth it.
Are you kidding me right now? This is a little ridiculous.
After surviving the first night of Costco's snoring, we really felt we could handle any challenge that came our way. The next day, we checked out Caprock Canyon State Park and then drove to Cimarron, New Mexico.
99 bottles of beer, 99 bottles of beer. The daily going down, pass around. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 97. Wait, over 98, right? I don't know.
That's a fat strip right there. That's 16 ounces right there, baby.
You'd want something a little bit bigger, kind of.
It's pretty tight. There's the tail. Let's go.
Stabbed the bear in the head.
Good?
Yeah.
She did what?
She did
She
what?
actually jumped on the back of the bear and stabbed the bear in the head.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
because she was freaking out. Was going after her kid or something like that. And
We even tried our luck at amateur knife wielding.
then swing around like that, and then flip back around.
Once we got to our campsite, we really started to understand what Fenn meant about the beauty of the mountains.
I don't really see any, but just like, look at this.
Oh, dude,
Oh yeah.
Just look at this.
is this a dream?
That's it.
Today we're gonna head 20 minutes up to the Red River, try and find where the Red River intersects the Rio Grande, and that could be where warm waters halt. We hope it is.
Chad, you got anything to say?
Didn't catch any
Fish ain't biting. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm talking about.
Is it known for brown trout?
Check the Wikipedia page.
The base of the cliffs can be reached in as little as 15 minutes, so like an 80-year-old dude can hike down in 15 minutes.
Definitely.
We checked out a local fishing store to see if they had heard about the treasure.
We heard about like a trout hatchery.
By the Red River.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where
so
it
it's-
intersects. Is it where it intersects with the Rio Grande? Or?
Yeah, and eventually it goes after the hatchery and meets the Rio. But the hatchery is right there about 4 or 5 miles before the Rio. I was getting all my fishing stuff ready to go, and this guy with Colorado plates, it looked like he was just hiking. He was kind of eyeing me and looking at me, and I started to take off, and he goes, "Hey, have you ever heard of, are you here for Finn's treasure?"
Yeah.
And I was completely caught off guard, so he was telling me all about it, and he was looking for it, so.
Yeah. What did he tell you about it?
Just
like,
the basics, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And, you know, and he had the poem with him and read it to me and all that kind of good stuff. So
he was kind of looking for it around those
he was
parts.
definitely looking for it, yeah.
Yeah.
And then not too long ago, somebody went missing in the Rio Grande
Yeah, we
Canyon.
heard about that.
I
Yeah.
don't know that they ever found him, but so
It's crazy.
yeah.
This was it. After over 3 days of travel and 25 hours of driving, we were finally searching for the treasure.
We're equipped with bear spray, sunscreen, bug spray,
fishing rods,
music,
Water.
dance
Yeah,
moves.
water.
Life strong.
in a great attitude.
So is that the Rio or do you think that's the red?
Look what happens to the rock.
And we got lost right away.
So we need to go that way then.
Yeah.
Alright, let's backtrack.
Yeah, but you could definitely have made this. What do you think?
Dude, I think we're within a mile of the treasure right now.
So this would be.
It's like a spidey sense kind of thing.
So this would be where warm water salt. Where the two rivers meet. Rio Grande, the Red River. Right there would be where warm water salt.
Yeah, further over. That is just crazy. Specific clue about not being on the trail, just that.
We quickly realized that searching for this treasure was not going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, the essence is chronological, but it could
But
be
I'm
like,
saying that they're not like most of them aren't steps though. You know what I'm saying? Besides the begin where warm water's halt, the rest of them are just like put in below the home ground.
Yeah, but it's like at the parts where it's like basically like now you found the treasure, don't stick around. Like that implies that like the whole plan has been leading you to it. Like you know. It's like.
We also confirmed that cacti are extremely painful to fall on.
Cactuses hurt like shit. Just throwing one. Don't fall on that cactus.
He made 2 trips with the treasure up something like that at 70. Even a seasoned hiker, even I would have trouble going up that.
After searching for several hours, we decided to wrap it up and start the drive to Breckenridge, Colorado.
Could an 80-year-old man make that hike 2 times?
not twice in a row.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Hall of treasure.
Absolutely not.
Down that
No.
path. All the way down
Not that I don't have faith in Forrest Fenn.
to that river. And then right there where the warm waters meet. Long hike, boys. But worth it.
Totally worth it.
After fueling up in Colorado, we hit the road with our sights set on searching for treasure in Yellowstone National Park.
There's a 200-acre fire burning near the Colorado-Wyoming border. It's being called the Beaver Creek Fire, and that's like right there. It was first reported on late Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
like, it started out only 100 acres, now it's 200 acres wide.
Fire raging in the canyon, they call for evacuation. Some will leave, but some are determined to stay.
Passing by the wildfire was truly bewildering. It reminded us of the sheer power and magnitude of the forces in nature.
May have turned the back, but now I can't look away. May have turned my back, but now I can't look away.
We ended our day by camping in a valley around Lander, Wyoming.
About to cook some. We got our own firewood. Beautiful sunset over there. Chad's got to ruin it. Got some ramen over here. Fresh cooked bacon, potatoes. Costco's on the grill cooking some more potatoes. Sir. Looking good, looking like a feast.
We planned to camp in Yellowstone that day, but all the campsites were full. So we pivoted and spent the day relaxing in Grand Teton National Park. That might have been the best decision of the entire trip. We were absolutely blown away by the beauty of the mountains. Now it was off to Yellowstone to check out our best leads for the treasure.
You guys need a van?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
There you go.
Thank you very much. You too.
After setting up camp and playing a quick game of spike ball, we set out for Trout Lake.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's like the volcano in the cauldron.
Would be the warm waters. Is there a canyon right there though?
Doesn't really show what you're bringing.
Is this flowing from the river into the lake or opposite?
We were really thrilled about this location because a lot of clues lined up with it in the poem.
Like a cove, alcove, waterfall.
We're looking for some type of descendants as well, like into
go
the
down.
into the canyon down.
Some kind of like water alcove, you know, something like
Special area.
Not just like pacing around the lake, but actually looking.
It's got to
for,
be
like,
away from the trail though. That's
And we got to keep capital B in mind as well.
Wow.
If something looks like a den or evidence of like heavy brown trout, like
yeah.
And Cache Creek, and it was pretty well thought out.
Just switch off. Yep. All right, let's ride. Sounds good, boys.
We're gonna drive up through Canyon Village, through the Tower Roosevelt area, and we'll go right there.
Ben spent a lot of his childhood out in Yellowstone, so we had a good feeling the treasure was hidden somewhere in these mountains.
Towards Trout Lake, which could potentially be the home of Brown, adjacent to Soda Butt Creek. And we have a good feeling that Soda Butt Creek could possibly be where the treasure is, maybe underneath a rapid or something there.
Trout Lake is in fact the home of Brown, and it is directly south of a hot spring, where potentially warm waters would halt.
It makes sense that maybe beneath the home of Brown could be speaking about a trout, a bear, or possibly a beaver, because there's a fat beaver dam right there. think it's worth taking a look down.
If we go down
this
here,
creek here, yeah.
might find a little outlet.
Yeah.
Deer shit?
Yeah, not happening. Shit of bears, probably.
How fresh?
Looks pretty old. Seems pretty sketch though. I'm not, dude. This is. Woo. Well, Garcia's leading the pack,
I
so.
think we should continue.
I think we should
Get a picture of this bear shit.
We're so close to.
Although some of the clues lined up with the area, we felt that the treasure was somewhere else. We're kind of sniffing down the creek a little bit, and we saw some bats, which was indicative of a cave, so, I mean...
We got way down in the creek, got a little sketchy, almost fell a couple times. We found even some little caves that could have possibly held the treasure, and frankly I thought that we were going to find it there, but regardless, I think we had a great day. We got to drive through like the majority of Yellowstone, see a lot of cool stuff, so yeah. I'd say successful day for sure.
I do think the treasure is in this area though of Yellowstone, kind of like away from all the tourists and everything. Yeah. I think he was able to find a fishing spot like, you know, kind of like that, and then go exploring and kind of go find a cool little area where you can hang out and just, you know, have no worries, have nothing to worry about. So yeah.
Chad and Costco had plans to fly back to Florida the following day, so it was their last chance to search for the treasure.
Let him chill. Oh. Hey! They're gone. Oh shit. Hola.
Our research led us to Cache Creek in Lamar Valley. When we found an orange marker that fit the blaze clue in the poem, we truly thought we were getting close.
We're at Cache Creek. The intersection of the Lamar River is that direction. So this is Cache Creek. We're walking up it, looking for little alcoves, waterfall, somewhere where someone could go in, hide some treasure. We didn't find the treasure yet.
We're about to find it in like 5 minutes.
Although we didn't find the treasure, hiking 8 miles through a gorgeous valley in Yellowstone was a breathtaking experience. After Chad and Costco flew out, we met up with our friend Bobby and played disc golf in Big Sky, Montana.
Oh! It's the beast, baby.
And tomorrow we're gonna wake up, go to Yellowstone, go to the Boiling River. We have a lead that, you know, that might be where warm waters halt. So we'll go and check that out. There's a canyon that runs down it. People have posted that they've gone to it before, but sometimes it was closed, and It's open now, so we're gonna go drive hour and a half tomorrow, check it out.
Basically, yesterday we spent a good amount of time in Barnes & Noble, and we did a lot of research, and Forrest has been saying on all these blogs, basically, if you don't have the first clue down, which we're assuming is where warm waters halt, then you're basically screwed, which makes sense. I mean,
yeah, so you gotta start at the beginning and then kind of work your way down from there.
Yeah. I'm flying out tonight, so this is kind of like putting all my chips in this last basket. We out here.
Walking to the Boiling River, where the Boiling River meets the Gardner River. Just looked at a map, and we're going to check out the confluence right now. Or we've come to think that a blaze maybe means a rock or something stationary. We found a boulder, maybe that's pretty red or something. Like there's one right there. There's a lot of those. So maybe it's something along the lines of that. Found it. This river right there is the Boiling River. And it flows right there into the Gardner River. And that would be where warm waters halt. Yeah, it's a different color for sure. Look, it's actually boiling. Right there, brown trout spawn here in December. That was a brown trout. So we went up to the Boiling River, where the Boiling River flows into the Gardner. And
where warm waters halt.
Now we're about
in
to
the canyon down.
We're about to go hike and go drive that way. Kind of went a couple miles, not too far, but too far to walk. Put in below the home of brown, and we saw that thing that said the brown trout populate these areas. And that's the first kind of sign we've seen in Yellowstone talking about brown trout being there. So
we think we're hot on the trail.
So what we're kind of looking for is a big boulder that kind of has a lot of space and maybe somewhere where you can go in.
And that is where my journey ended.
Well, the return journey got off to a pretty rocky start. So last night I stayed at a Hampton Inn. The tent that we're using is gone. So either someone stole it or we left it at the campsite. I'm heading to the campsite right now to check it out. By the way, that's me, Marshall. I don't think we left it at the campsite because it's kind of a very important and big item that we kind of check before we leave the campsite. Okay, so just drove to the campsite and the tent is not there. So the tent is indeed gone and was stolen last night. So yeah, that's a minor setback. We'll have to go buy a new one today. And you know, we usually don't have this problem because we're using the f***ing tent. After Garcia flew out, my good friend Justin Janicki arrived, and we continued our search for the treasure. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Mr. Janicki coming back from the old nature shit. After having the most treasure hunting success in Yellowstone National Park, we decided to give it another try. We're here, Justin, and trying to beat that storm right there. This is our second time coming back to this place. The Gardner River flowing from the boiling hot springs. The biggest thing that's throwing us off right now is the blaze. Trying to find the blaze. We searched a dried up creek because it matched with the clue. There will be no paddle up your creek.
Thunderstorm's coming. So we might just wait it out here. It's about to rain too.
That's the points we've seen so far today. What we think is the blaze up top. It's definitely a rock structure.
When you would go hike a new trail, you'd come and take an axe and chop away at the bark to know which way you've come. So, if you've been wise and found the blaze, look quickly down, your quest has ceased. So now we'll look quickly down. Maybe it's under this massive boulder. Okay, it's a negative. It is not under the boulder. But still pretty wicked view. Yeah, that's nice. Treasure should be right there. It's not. That sucks.
We searched everywhere in that area. Once again, we didn't find the treasure. But we did find some massive antlers.
An elk. I found these in a little dried up creek down towards the bottom of Gardner River.
Sweet.
Guess from here we're just gonna leave them where they lie.
With July 4th weekend quickly approaching, it was getting harder and harder to find available campsites.
Just checked 2 different spots and both of them are loaded up. Granted, they were right outside of Yellowstone, so we think the farther we venture away from Yellowstone, we have a better chance. It's also a larger campground, right around the corner from it now, in hopes they have a spot for us.
If not, we gotta find something, figure it out.
If not, we'll go either in the car or find a cabin.
Once we arrived to the campsite, we showcased our outdoor cooking abilities.
All right, welcome to Mountaineering Cooking School 101. Here we go. So we're gonna make a little dip for our crackers. Got some high-grade saltine crackers, cheese, baby, ketchup, Tabasco. So just like this, nice and easy, okay?
Nice and easy, ladies and gentlemen.
Now that should be good for right now. I'll do a little Tabasco drizzle
Make it rain.
in there, okay? Tabasco drizzle. Now this is the secret right here, okay? Steak and meat seasoning. Just a tad, just a tad. Here you go. Oh, you missed it. See?
Drizzle.
It's gone. Mix it all up. Oh, she's smelling good.
Go in for a scoop.
You want to put a little bit right there. Boom. Bon appetit, baby. Eating like kings out here.
Yes, sir. Not bad.
And since we wanted to stick to our goal of escaping technology, we found other ways to entertain ourselves, such as crosswords and hatchet throwing.
You want to visualize throwing it into the log, just like this, okay? Here we go. All right, you ready? One rotation, here we go.
After starting our return home, we went back to the Grand Tetons to enjoy their natural beauty for as long as we could.
But drove through Yellowstone today. Went to Firehole Falls. That really wasn't any lead or anything. It's kind of steep. Couldn't really get down it or anything. Yeah, so that was a strikeout there. The day before was definitely a lot better.
And then we started driving. A lot. We might have gone a little stir crazy at times.
And we've also been playing a game where, because I mean, look at this stuff. It's flat as all get out. So we pick a point, and then we try and guess how many miles it is. And we've been keeping score. Justin has 3, and I have 3.
Once we got to Colorado, we stopped by my uncle's house so we could spend the 4th of July with family.
We're here in Littleton, Colorado. Beautiful Littleton. Taking a little break from treasure hunting. Staying with my uncle right there in the lovely abode. Swam in that pool earlier today. Now we're chilling out, hanging with some young soccer prodigies.
We left about 4 hours ago, and we're on our way to El Rito campground in New Mexico. But then things started to get sketchy in New Mexico.
I like that though. Yeah. It's a skunk. Maybe. Or it could have been something trying to eat the skunk.
Yeah, my money's on something trying to eat the skunk. This is our trusted companion right now. Frontiersman bear attack deterrent. Made with some really freaking extreme chemicals. Think we're good? Got that axe.
I'm really not worried.
Got the blade.
After chasing around the small critters, we heard this sound come from the woods. Now, this isn't our footage, but this is the exact sound we heard that night. And that, my friends, is a mountain lion scream.
Okay. So we are back in the truck. We went outside for a little bit, scoped things out. Didn't see anything except we had like 3 encounters with this skunk.
Yeah.
That was going back and forth. I mean, nothing bad or serious, but from that purr that we heard at the beginning, we're like, granted, we could take down a cougar or a bobcat or a mountain lion or whatever the hell this thing is, but just probably sleep a lot better inside the truck. And got some good space. Recline the chairs a little bit, you know. Made it pretty nice. Got some pillows. I don't think it's gonna be bad sleeping. It's a nice temperature. Crack a window before we go down to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Justin can knock out right now. It's a comfy position.
Very, very comfortable.
But good thing about this car is that I think it's bobcat proof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was in the manual.
Last night was definitely sketchy with the whole mountain lion incident. And just random cars and, you know, just waiting to hear that. It's like, oh God. I don't really see a lot of these in Florida.
Yes, you're right.
So, we're currently in the car.
Made it to Western Oak.
Yeah. Round 2, sleeping in the car. If you can hear outside, the wind is just howling like crazy. I mean, there's no way the
35, 45 miles per hour plus.
We had the doors open, just getting the sleeping bags out of the back, and it blew those doors shut fast. Like, kind of sucks though, because it is pretty hot in the car. Last night it was pretty cool in
it's gonna be a
Mexico,
long night.
But
it's gonna be a long night.
The elements have once again gotten us down.
Defeated the duo.
All that driving started to take a real toll on our mind and bodies.
Oh man, we've been driving for a long time today.
We've been in the car for the last 48 hours.
Yeah, so past 2 nights we've slept in the car. Again, stretched out the seats in the car and just slept for 20-30 minutes on and off. But since we're about 2 hours out from Tallahassee now, we've been just driving all day.
It's been a long last 3 days.
Yeah, 3rd day in a row we've just been going at it, but it's been a good trip. It's been a very fun trip. Got to see a lot of wildlife, you know, beautiful views.
hanging out with good friends, making memories. So, very rewarding.
Finally, after 3 consecutive days of driving, we were back home from the experience of a lifetime. After reflecting on this trip, it was suddenly clear that it wasn't all about the treasure. Although we set out to find Forrest Fenn's gold, the real experience was the journey along the way. From sitting around the campfire every night, meeting the locals,
Eventually it goes.
hiking beautiful trails, playing disc golf on the side of a mountain, running from rainstorms, skipping stones in the Tetons, sleeping in the truck because of a mountain lion scare, playing spikeball in Yellowstone. Those were all incredible memories that helped us experience the pure beauty of this wonderful country. My advice to anybody watching this is to go out and experience the great outdoors on your own. Forrest Fenn was able to inspire my exploration, and I hope I have inspired you. Now go create your own adventure.
Are we looking for the treasure right now or no? Yeah.
Should we try and catch a prairie dog?